we'll have a statement from Coach Harper, and then after we're finished taking questions for her, we'll go on the floor and visit with the players and have some time for breakouts with the head coaches as well.
All right. Well, first of all, thanks for coming. Great turnout. I think every coach in the country is excited this time of year. We're no different. We're happy to be out on the court officially practicing and looking at our new team. We look very different. I think that is to be expected when you graduate players like Snow, Williams, and Quaddle. So we have to have individuals step up in a lot of different roles, some of that being X's and O's on the court and some of that being in the locker room. And it's going to be a growing process for this team to try to figure out who's going to do what. It's an exciting challenge for our staff because we don't know yet, and we've got a lot of work to do. That's probably the biggest understatement of the day. But I'm really looking forward to coaching this team and seeing what we can make happen.
With the 3 seniors gone and the 4 freshmen, how much more of the preseason is teaching and getting everybody on the same page out there? The
preseason thus far has been very basic, very repetitive. We haven't moved on quickly at all. It did cross my mind today that we do have an exhibition game in November 1st. So at some point we'll have to throw the ball in or, learn some new things. But we've kept things very basic, and we want to make sure that we are building good, strong foundations before we move on to more complicated things. So it's a little slow right now.
Kellie, is there a major difference that you see with the high school kids coming into college? One specific aspect of the game that differs?
I always think the difference is the speed, the size, and the strength. Some kids can check off one box. Very rarely do you have kids check off all 3 boxes. When they do, the biggest difference then is the amount of basketball we do. Our season is so long, and it is so detailed, and it is so constant. We definitely challenge and test their love for basketball, and I think freshmen sometimes have a little bit harder time with us in the first semester, but then they start figuring things out and they become better basketball players because of it.
Is it fair to say that's what happened to the kid last year when she left at semester break?
No, I don't know. I wouldn't say that with her. I think that was probably a different situation.
Kellie, just as a coach, when you do that shift, because the last couple of years so much was coming back that you were able to get things done, now you have to kind of shift back. How frustrating is that for you as a coach to have to try to do that?
Well, I think it would be very frustrating if I hadn't prepared myself for it. And I think we as a staff, we understand what we lost. And we've understood since that day last year that we're gonna have a big void. And that void consists of a lot of things. We have players that are capable. We have players that are capable of stepping up on the court. We have players that are capable of stepping up in the locker room. But it's just a matter of doing it. It's never been done. We lost the face of our program for the last few years, and I just think everybody has to feel themselves out and figure out what's going to happen. We'll get there.
Even though some of those players are gone, how much, if any, carryover do you think there'll be from last year going to the NCAA, winning the tournament?
Well, the carryover's been great. Our kids are trying. I mean, they are really practicing hard. They want to please. They understand what a championship team looks like. They understand how they need to practice, how they need to act. They understand what it needs to be. And they do carry themselves a little different because they have a championship. So we have a lot of returners that played big minutes and played big part of that championship team. There's no doubt that's going to make a difference. And I think because of that, I'm hoping that will help us through any frustration that we might have early on and get us through some trying times because they believe in our system and they believe that this team can win.
With a new class coming in, there's some characteristics that you probably like to add to the program. What do you think this class has, whether it be speed, offense? What were you targeting?
We wanted a little bit of everything. We got size. We have 6'1", 6'2", 6'4". out of those 4 kids, and we have a little speed on the perimeter, length, love the length. We got a little bit of everything, just well-rounded basketball players, and I felt like that was what we needed with losing this class, and also that would blend with the upperclassmen.
Yeah, you saw Danielle being able to eventually become a starter. That probably helps with that senior class you have, but do you see maybe a chance for someone to step up like that in this class?
Oh, they need to. You know, when I get asked about this class, do you expect any of them to play? I need at least 2 of them to play, at least 2 of them to play. And I don't know which 2, but I need big minutes from 2 freshmen. And they're going to have to grow up quickly because we're going to need them.
Kellie, you look at your junior class, and they really figure to play a key role on this team. What is it about the experience they got as freshmen and sophomores that will help prepare them for this time?
Well, they're definitely the most experienced in terms of big game minutes. The junior class has been, they have big personalities. They are well respected on the team in terms of what they do on the court. You know, I think we have some potentially really good leadership coming from that class. So I think they've been there, they've done that, they have the experience. And sometimes when you're needing leaders that have had that experience makes a difference.
Coach, for you and the returners, now that the mindset's probably a little different, instead of chasing the Valley title, you guys are trying to defend it. How do you guys kind of approach that this year? Yeah, I don't think
they feel that it's different. You know, I'm sure at some point they'll start hearing defending a championship. It's new each year. You're always trying to be the best basketball team you can be, and I think right now they have high aspirations. And that's great. That's exactly what we want. But also, I think they understand the journey to get there is going to be a long and tough, rigorous process.
Coach, the team bought into the defensive philosophy last year and really made some strides, especially at the end of the season. Does this team have that potential defensively? Is that a big concern for you?
Yeah, it's one of our big concerns. Defense and rebounding will be 2 of our huge concerns. I think this team will buy in. Whether they're capable, we'll figure that out. It may have to look a little different. We don't have Tiana Snow to bail us out of a bad defensive possession by bullying the offense and stealing the ball. She did that a lot for us. Kinsey made numerous defensive plays. We don't have a defensive playmaker like either of those 2. And so, therefore, our team defensive concepts have to be better. And, you know, our weaknesses are going to be glaring this year. We were able to hide them last year. We can't hide them this year. Everybody has to be a little bit better. I think our players know that. I really do. I think they know that. I think they want to be better, and I think they're going to work hard to do it. We just have to make sure we provide the best system for them to be successful in.
When you look at players like Lexi and Liza, they came off the bench last year. They're the top returning scorers you have. You know, do you get the sense that they're ready to take that next step and be, you know, frontline players and really key you guys?
Well, they need to. They're both very talented offensively, and you know, had the roles fit them last year. Come off the bench and provide that spark. That's perfect for them. They have to change how they play now. They have to be different because we need them to take on a different role. And I think they both want that. I think they understand that, and it's just going to be a process for them learning what exactly, not what it looks like, because they know what it looks like. It's knowing how to get it done.
Anything else for Coach? Who would win one-on-one, you or Coach Luss?
What did he say?
You said you killed John Harper in one-on-one.
That's pretty good. I'm going to try to take him off the dribble maybe, and hopefully my 3 is falling. So I'm going to go with me, and hope he doesn't try to post me up. We'll go with that.